Hello and welcome to the Evelyn Y. Davis studios at the National Press Foundation. We're here with Dash Davidson of Tableau Software, who's going to lead us through some examples of how to use Tableau software to create interactive maps for your journalism online. Dash, welcome again.
Thank you.
We talked in another video about the overall uses for Tableau and how it can be used in different forms for different journalistic efforts. One of those is how to use it for maps. And so I wanted to just briefly talk about a couple of the examples that you've been involved with or that have been done using Tableau, and then you're going to drill down and kind of lead us through a detailed example of that. So the mapping ability is, it's the kind of mapping program that you can see in a lot of journalism that shows, color codes a state, color codes a county, or another region to kind of show, to be able to convey your story. So some of the examples that Tableau has been used for, there is a map of crime across Italy, which is showing different crime levels across Italy. That was done by an Italian publication. We have something from GeekWire.com that is just showing the map of the power and reach of Amazon state by state, showing its impact in different states. We have one from theforward.com showing the legality of marijuana sales state by state.
We find that maps are extremely effective on Tableau Public, especially in journalist publications, because it's difficult to layer data on tops of maps if you're not a mapping person. Tableau allows you to do it very, very easily.
Okay, and then we have another example from CNBC using a maps and a tier system to show human trafficking around the world, color coding the countries about where they stand in the human trafficking a tier or a ranking system. So those are the different simple ways that it's used, and you're going to lead us through an example of another example, and you're going to kind of show step one to final production how to actually do this.
Yes, thank you, Chris. So the example we're going to look at today, and this is going to be an in-depth, almost a training. So my goal is to really lead you through every step you need to create a interactive map on a dashboard and then to save it up to the web to embed in your article. So what we're looking at here, as you can see on my screen, is a data set showing San Francisco real estate. So if you follow the real estate market at all, San Francisco is an extremely active and hot real estate market. So I thought it'd be interesting to analyze that market a little bit. So here's our data set. It's just an Excel. We have a lot of different information in here: price, sale date, location, latitude and longitude of the house, so we'll actually be able to map it, and all sorts of interesting information. So step one is gathering the data, which I've done here by just pulling it from Redfin. Step two is connecting your data to Tableau. So my file is an Excel file, so I'm just going to hit Connect to Data, select my file.
Very, very basic question here, but if you don't have an Excel file, if you have some sort of tab delimited text file or a CSV file, anything that can you pull it in that way, or do you have to first pull it into Excel and then pull it in?
So you can do a text file as well, so that's just another option. So we have Excel file and text file up here on my Connect to Data pane.
Okay.
So in this instance is Excel, other times it's text. So here is my data, so it's being read into Tableau, so it looks like it's the correct file. I'm going to go ahead here and go to Sheet 1. So here's our actual Tableau canvas where we actually create our visualizations. And this Show Me tab is very useful up here in the top right because it shows me common visualization types. So I know here that I want to make a map. And I want to make a map of the city of San Francisco where every point is a house that is on the market. So I'm going to take the latitude and longitude of my houses. So put latitude on rows, longitude on columns, and I'm going to disaggregate my houses by their address. So now we see we have, here is San Francisco, very noticeable peninsula, and here are all my houses that are on the market. So each one of these is, has a different latitude and longitude and a different address.
Another basic question here. The latitude and longitude information, did that come from your data source, or did that
So
did they start with an address and it got translated into that?
So that was actually included, Chris, here in the data set.
Okay.
So if we see there's latitude, longitude's got to be around here. There's longitude. But so Tableau is not going to be able to take the actual address and turn it into a latitude and longitude because there's too much redundancy across cities. However, any city, obviously any country, Tableau can automatically map for you. And any city across the entire globe that has over 10,000 people living in it, you just need to write in the name of the city and Tableau can map it for you. That's
Okay.
built-in functionality. So now that we have a base map of the city here, we can, and let me just change the map resolution just a little bit so it might be easier to see on this projector. Okay, that might be a bit easier to see. Cool. So there's our map of San Francisco. And now that we have this map built, we can begin to layer information on top of the map. So this is the real value of Tableau. So I can take neighborhood, so what neighborhood my house is in, and drop that onto color. And we see now we have our different neighborhoods of San Francisco. So here's the Marina District right by the water. Here's Pacific Heights. Here's Soma, etc. And now that I have this neighborhood map built out, we can layer more information on there. So for example, the list price of the house. That could be interesting to see on size. And if I drop that on size, just as you would expect, the size of each dot grows based on how much the price of the house is. So now with just one quick glance, we can see that it seems that the most expensive houses, at least a lot of them, are here in Pacific Heights, whereas cheaper ones seem to be here in Soma or a little bit further outside of the city, here in the Sunset District. So what we're doing now is just layering additional information onto our map. And this whole concept of building a dashboard is very important to Tableau too. So the way you build a dashboard is you build consecutive sheets. So this was one worksheet, all linked by this common question. So our question here is exploring the real estate market of San Francisco. And then you combine them together and create interactivity amongst them on a dashboard. So I'll just quickly build out another sheet, and then we'll show how it works on a dashboard. So now I want to build a scatter plot. I'm going to go to my Show Me tab and look at list price and days on the market for my different neighborhoods. So now I want to look at, even though some neighborhoods might have more expensive houses, where are houses getting picked up very quickly? Got to change this to average in case certain neighborhoods have more houses than others. And let's change this to circle and then get my neighborhood onto color. So now here we have a scatter plot where each dot is indicative of a neighborhood. So the downtown neighborhood, there's the average list price, average days on the market. So your more exclusive neighborhoods or your more desirable neighborhoods would have a lower average days on the market. And so here, this is a good metric to look at the true desirability of a neighborhood. What is high price and gets swooped up quickly? So Pacific Heights, again, probably comes out on top. And if we wanted, we can even add in a little trend line in here to show, okay, so anything above the trend line is less desirable based on the market. Anything below is more desirable. So we might call this a scatter plot. And then let's see quickly how we can combine these two together on a dashboard. So this concept is just to drag out both sheets together and maybe make this one a little bit bigger. I'll actually probably drag this one down here. So we have both pieces of information together on the dashboard. And now how cool would it be if we could use this scatter plot here as a filter? So if I'm only interested in houses in the Marina District, we can just focus on those Marina District houses. And you see the map will update to just the Marina District. And it will actually zoom in for us as well, so that if you imagine I'm a house hunter, then we can come around and focus our house hunting efforts just on a specific little neighborhood. And then once I'm done with this, as I am now, and I've built an interactivity, we could actually go ahead and save this to Tableau Public and put it on the web to embed it directly into our article, or just send out a link or tweet out a link and just go from there. That's that easy.
Okay. So we were dealing with an example with street addresses in a particular community. And we saw some examples of country by country breakdowns and state by state breakdowns. Does Tableau go down to the county level?
It goes down to, in the US and in several countries around the world, the UK, Japan, India, so larger countries. It goes down to the county level. In the US, it can go down to the zip code as well as the district level. So, you know, in terms of any kind of political map you would like to do, Tableau has that functionality completely built in.
Okay. All right. Well, that's very, very helpful and very interesting. Okay, we've been here with Dash Davidson of Tableau Software talking about how to use Tableau for mapping, creating interactive maps for your journalism online.